Hey Valley Metal, welcome to the first day of 12.4b. I'm not going to lie to you, this is a brutal target. The first thing you need to do today is to make sure that you watch 12.4b, the video, with an engagement and intensity that you normally may not bring to video watching. Tough target. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, if you're still with me, I assume you've done the video with the polished problem stick to the show. Here's what we got going for the DDD. 5 minutes on the review, 3 guided problems, 7 practice problems, and I'll have you upload both of those to the 12.4 video. So we got the video work and the DDD work both going there, just like normal. All right, here's your review. Go ahead, take 5 minutes maximum. See if you can answer these problems here. I'll see if I can make it just a speck bigger for you. I'll get myself out of the way. Okay, let's see how you did. All right. Well, the area and circumference of the circle, if it's 5.22 millimeter, the area is going to be pi r, which would be 3.14 times 5 times 5, 84.9056. This would be in millimeters squared. And then if the radius is 5.2, the diameter is 10.4. 10.4 times 3.14. d pi is what we want there. 32.656. Let's take a look at this next problem. It actually looks like it can't be solved, but it actually can be. This is a square here, so this is going to be 8 by 8, which gives us 64 in the middle. If this line here is 8, that's the diameter. That means the radius is going to be 4. So pi r, 3.14 times 4 times 4, or 3.14 times 16 is going to give you 50.24. If you add those two together, you have 114.24 meters squared. All right, down here, you make this into a mixed number, and then do the old keep change flip on this. You will get 4 2/3, and your volume and surface area. Here's the surface area laid out, 2 sides of 10, 2 sides of 20, 2 sides of 50, total of 160 centimeters squared, and your volume, 5 times 2 times 10, is 100 meters cubed. Alrighty. Let's take a look at our target for today. Like I said, it's going to be a tough one. So give me your best. Alright, get my face down here in the corner where I belong. What's the surface area of this tent here? Basically, this here is a triangular prism. And in order to find the surface area of any shape, you need to find the area of all the shapes that make it up, all the sides, all the faces, and add them all together, and then you will have the surface area. So what I did was I just took the tent apart. Here are the 2 triangles on the tent. Here's the bottom of the tent, and here are the 2 sides. You could take and fold these up into the middle. And I put the measurements on there. You could just take a second to look where I got all the measurements. All right, so, well, to find the area of this one right here, this tent, this side here, it's a rectangle. I mean, you can see it's a rectangle here. Both sides are the same. It's going to be 5, and it's going to be times this 7 here, because they're all the sides are the same width. All these rectangles are the same width. So 7 times 5 is going to be 35, and I'm going to have 2 sides that are 35. All right, now this big guy, it's 8 feet across the bottom, and it's 8 feet across the bottom, and it is 7 feet wide, going this direction. So 8 times 7 is 56. Now we've got the 2 triangles. The triangles are 6 feet high here, and they are 8 feet wide. 6 times 8 is 48. You have to divide them by 2 because they're triangles, so they each become 24. And there they all are. You just add them all up. It's down here somewhere. Come on. I'll have to do a scan to find my answer. Maybe I can't find it. Oh, it's below the thing. There it is. 35 plus 35 plus 24 plus 24 plus 56 equals 174 feet square. All right, one more time, because if you can't understand the triangular prism, you won't be able to understand everything. I just took and broke this triangular prism into the various shapes, and I found the area of each of the shape. The only thing that was tricky in doing that is maybe remember that on a triangle you have to cut it in half. It's base times height divided by 2. So let's take a look at another example. In this one here, we need to find the area of this pentagonal prism. And I know you're going, we don't know how to find the area of a pentagonal prism. We don't know how to find the area of a pentagon. Don't worry. I've already told you that the area of the pentagon here is 50 centimeters squared. So the area of this pentagon is 50, and the area of this pentagon is 50. Now we just need to find the 5 sides, and these sides are all rectangular. They're 3 centimeters this way. They're 10 centimeters this way. So each of them, 3 times 10 is 30. Add them all together. And I don't know where my answer is on this one. So I will just add them up quickly. 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30. This is me. 5 30s is 150. Here's 100 more. 250 centimeters squared. All right? Think about that one for a minute. Believe it or not, that one is actually a little bit easier than many of the ones we're going to look at today. Okay, let's get to the bad boy here. Here's you're going to have to do these for the quiz here. Here's a prism that's shaped like a trapezoid. So what I did was I took off the ends. I took this end off. Here's the one trapezoid. Here's the trapezoid from that end. These two here at the sides, I've just kind of sketched some out. They're not perfect, but these here, the rectangles are the sides. Then this would be the top, and this would be the bottom. So we have to start figuring out the area of each, and then we just add them all up. So let's get to work. Let's do the hardest ones first. Area of a trapezoid. Area of a trapezoid, you use this formula. 1/2 the height times base plus base. So 1/2 the height is 6. So that gives me 3 for the height. And then the bases are, this one is 8, and this is 12. So 12 plus 8 is 20. So here's my formula. 3 times 20, and that gives me 60. I'm going to go over the area of a trapezoid one more time. 1/2 the height gives me 3. So here's 1/2 the height of 6 is 3. Then you add the two bases together, 8 plus 12, and that's 20. So 3 times 20 is 60, and that'll be the same thing for this one right here as well. Okay, now over here, this one is going to be 15 times 7, this rectangle. All right, so that's easy. And then here's another one here. They're both the same. It's 7 on this side too. So those are both 105. Let's see if I can move my face up so I can look at these last couple. So now the top one here, this is going to be 8 wide and 15 long. This is going to be a rectangle too. Right here, I'm tracing it out. So that one there, 8 times 15, that's going to be 120. And then down at the bottom, we're going to have 12 times 15, the largest one. Okay? Add them all up. These two make 300. These two make 120. We're up to 420, 520, 620, plus 5 and 5 make 630. And I know I've got my answer written here someplace, but I don't know where. This is, if I click around, oh, there it is. I don't have to click around. It's down there in the bottom. Okay, once again, let me just scroll back here, put my face back in the corner, and let you take a look at it. I just drew shapes for all the various sides, and I found them. Can you find the area of a rectangle? Yes, you can. Can you find the area of a trapezoid? Here's the formula right here. Okay, let's have you try a couple. Let's try a medium difficulty problem first. So I've given you the area of the base of this octagonal prism, and I've given you the dimensions of the rectangular side. See if you can go ahead and figure that out. 8 sides. There's going to be 8 rectangles. Each rectangle is 10 times 2, and you've got 2 bases, and the bases are 20 inches squared. Okay, let's take a look. Well, the sides are 2 times 10, so 20. That means each of these rectangles here is 20 inches squared. So 8 sides times 20 inches squared, that's 160 inches squared. Now you have 2 bases, and each of the bases are 20 as well. So 2 times 20 is 40. So if you add those all together, the sides and the 2 bases, you have 200 inches squared. Okay, let's try a couple of easier problems. Yeah, these do look familiar. Yes, they're from yesterday's target, but they are applicable. You can work these the same way. You can just draw the shapes out, or you can use 6 lines, or you can use the speech bubble method, however you'd like. Go ahead and try these. All right, let's see how you did. Got the answers here on the next page. All right, and this one here, you got 2 sides that are 3 times 3 are 9. You got 4 sides that are 3 by 8. This side, this side, this side, and this side. Add them all up, 18. This is 96. You have 114. Okay, down here in the bottom, you have a side that's 3 times 9, which is 27. And of course, you have one on the other end that's 27. You got an 11 times 3 here. That's 33. That's the top and the bottom. And then these 2 sides, you have 9 by 11. Those are 99. Add them all up, 318 meters squared. Okay, you ready for 4 of the 4 ones? These are grade level problems right here. All right, give it your best. I've made these as big as I could to get them to fit onto the page, so you can take a look at them and still see my lovely face. There you go. Go ahead and see if you can find the surface area of these 4 problems. I know they're hard. You can't give up. This is a target. We have to do it. My mom said so. Sorry. Okay, let's take a look at them. Let's just break it down, and first let's do the 2 triangular prisms. I think they're a little bit easier. So I just made some triangles to help me, and again, they're not to scale, but it certainly makes things a little bit easier. So here are the 2 triangles. The triangles have a base of 12, and they're 8 high, so 12 times 8 is 96. 96 divided by 2 is 48. So both triangles are 48. Got those taken care of. Okay, then this side is 10 times 11, so that's 110. And the other side's the same thing, so that's 110. And then the bottom is 12 by 11. So that's 132. Add them all up, you have 448 centimeters squared. Next one. Triangles are the easiest. 10 times 12 right here. Divide that by 2 because they're triangles. You've got 60. 10 times 12 is 120. Divided by 2 is 60. So there's 60 here, 60 here. You're right back at 120 because there's 2 of them. Then you've got these sides over here. These sides are 13 by 15. 13 times 15 is 195. And there's another side just like it over here. There's 195. Then you got the bottom of the prism. That's 10 by 15. So 10 times 15 is 150. Add 195 plus 195 plus 150 plus 60 plus 60. You have 660 millimeters squared. All right, get to the tougher ones here. I think I'll drop in the screen here so we can focus a little bit better. All right, this one was a difficult trapezoid here. Because the sides, the angles here, the sides are a little bit different. This is a side of 8 and this is a side of 7. So I had, just starting with the 2 trapezoids here, you've got a trapezoid that has a base of 4, or sorry, a height of 4, and bases of 9 and 5. So here it is, it's 1/2 the 4 times the base plus the base. So 1/2 of the 4 is 2, 5 plus 9, put a space in there, 5 plus 9 is 14. 2 times 14 is 28. So you got 28 for the 2 trapezoids. Again, here's that formula. 1/2 the height times the base plus the base. Okay, let's do this guy here first. This is probably the easiest one. We can see it. You have a side that's 7 times 6. That's right here. So 7 times 6 is 42 for this rectangle. Then you also have a side that's 5 times 6. Well, 5 times 6 is going to be 30. So that's this rectangle here. Now over on this side, you have the side that's 8 times 6. 8 times 6 is 48. There's that rectangle. We only got one rectangle left. That's this one on the bottom. That's going to be 9 times 6. 9 times 6 is 54. So you got a total of 6 faces. You add all those bad boys up, you got 230 centimeters squared. All right, this is kind of a fun one. Don't throw things at me. Okay, this is kind of an interesting one. We've got a parallelogram here. That's a prism. So I just took it apart. We'll start over here on the sides. These sides are 7 times 2. They're rectangles, right? 7 times 2 is 14 on this side. It's 7 over here. 7 times 2 is 14 on that side. So there's my two 14s. Now let's start up on top here and do this one. This one is too wide. Here's my measurement here. It's too wide, and it's 13 long. Well, 2 times 13 is 26, and it's the same thing on the bottom. So here's my 26, and here's my 26. Now all you have to do is find the area of the parallelograms. Now you may have forgotten, but an area of a parallelogram is just you just take the base times the height. Well, base times height. It keeps coming back, right? 13 times 6. Well, 6 times 10 is 60. 6 times 3 is 18, so that's going to be 78 for both of those. So add these all together. 14 plus 14 plus 26 plus 26 plus 78 plus 78. 236 meters squared. I know it's a tough target, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. We are going to leave it here for today. Tomorrow, you'll be doing some of these problems on your own. All right, thanks. Don't forget to upload your work to get credit for it. Upload the DDD work here and the video to 12.4b video. Thanks.